Hello everybody, this is Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap-Up. I want to talk a little bit more about a topic I spoke about with my video yesterday, and that is really bad, shabby, throw in the towel, am I even trying quarterback play by some of the teams in the NFL this weekend. And I'll tell you why that happens, in my opinion. Because somewhere along the line, 5 to 8 to 10 years ago, a decision was made, unlike in the old days, when there were 4 of these ridiculous preseason games. The quarterback and the top line wide receivers would play 1 or 2 series in the first game, a little bit more in the second game. Third game they played about a half or a little bit more. Fourth game they took off. Now, you got them bubble wrapped, they're wearing oven mitts, I don't know, they're eating, celery on the sidelines, they are getting a manicure, they're getting a pedicure, they can't get hurt. So what do? Their timing is off. It reminds me very much so of in baseball season during spring training. The hitters are way ahead of the pitchers because they're not in sync yet. The curveballs aren't crisp, the sliders aren't breaking late, there's no pop on the fastball. So the hitters get the advantage. So that's what you saw this week. You saw some terrible quarterback performances. You know who these guys were. You know, you look at them and they're like, wow, all these interceptions? Really? Well, that's because bad reads. That's because the DBs are a little quicker than they seem to remember. They're off with their timing patterns, especially on some check down passes. You saw that the velocity was too hard, too soft, threw too high, and sometimes a lot of balls tipped at the line of scrimmage. This is all because of the timing and that these quarterbacks and wide receivers and such aren't ready. Now, you could say that they practice together every single day. Stop. They do, but they're not going full bore because they're afraid of getting a hamstring pull. Now, listen, I truly believe in my heart that if they told these players to go full bore, they will. Or if they told them be ready for the first game, they will. But if you tell them, hey, don't do anything, and then try to come out in the first game. Now, running backs sometimes can get away with it. Why? Because they're quick, and because the offensive line is practicing every day, and the holes are there. So, but with wide receivers, they got to break off patterns. They got to do some things. They got to, see what the coverages are. And quarterbacks, to hit those timing patterns, it's not as easy as you think. So you have some really bad, shoddy, very shoddy quarterback play this weekend. Some people, quarterback well. But overall, I mean, I think there were more interceptions than touchdowns in some games. I'm kidding, of course, but you get the point. There were a lot of first-string quarterbacks that really played holders. I mentioned last night that I had tickets for the New York Jets at Chase Stadium. Love that stadium. People hated it. Love that stadium. It was our stadium for Jet fans and Met fans. It wasn't required to buy those preseason seats. Other people bought them. And you could buy them if you wanted, but you weren't compelled to. Now you are, and you see nobody play. You basically see glorified flag football, except for the few people that are trying to make special teams. And your quarterbacks aren't getting work, and that's why you have these interception fests, overthrows, can't hit the check down receiver, bouncing the ball in the ground. How many passes were deflected this weekend? NFL, step up your game, will you please? So, over the next couple of weeks, I expect with the timing getting more precise, more zip on the ball, we'll see much better quarterback play. This weekend was an NFL quarterback disaster. This is Darren Redmond for Redmond's Wrap-Up from FHT Sports. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button down there, and if you want to throw a like or a comment in, that'll be great. Be well. Darren Redmond signing off.